A couple of months ago, a company called Dehancer reached out and asked if I'm interested to have a look at their product. Dehancer is a film simulation plugin for both photo editing and video editing. So if you want to create a film look or cinematic look or analog look for your digital footage or digital photos, you can use Dehancer. In the beginning, I wasn't sure if I'm going to do that because I'm not using presets or plugins to create the look for my images that I want to create. I prefer to have full control. So when I look at their website, I realized that they have done a lot of the research and they did a very good job at examining the different analog films and how they affect the colors and produce images, and they replicate that very accurately in these plugins. So I thought I'm gonna give it a go, and because I'm also making videos, I want to have some sort of cinematic look and nice look to my videos as well. So I thought it's gonna be good time to test that out, and I asked them if they can give me access to both plugins for photo and video editing. But they have no influence or any input on what I'm about to say about this in this video. Everything I'm talking about here is all my own opinion, and Dehancer doesn't have any input whatsoever. So for photo editing, the plugin called Dehancer Film, and it's available for Photoshop, Lightroom, Capture One, and Affinity. And for videos, it can work on DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut, Premiere Pro, and After Effects. So this plugin works across all the platforms for Windows and Mac. Also, you can have it for iOS mobile devices. For someone who wants to edit photos and videos on their mobile device, they can do that as well. The clips you have seen in the beginning of this video has been shot in Vero Island. I edit them in DaVinci Resolve with Dehancer OFX plugin. Now you can see the difference between the original footage and the effect of the Dehancer on top. You can create some cinematic look very easily with this plugin in Dehancer OFX. Now I want to test that on photo version, see what it can do for still photos. This is a very lovely oak tree that I shot a couple of days ago, and I have edited this one in Capture One, but right now I want to test and create a similar look with Dehancer without going to edit the image. By the way, they recommend that you just adjust the global adjustment to the image before you use Dehancer, and avoid doing so dramatic changes, and also avoid using local adjustment before using Dehancer. You can do that afterwards. But I have tested in both ways, so in this case I'm just gonna go with a small overall edits to the image. It's mainly the white balance and a little bit of recovery of highlights. That's it. Now we're gonna open this image in Dehancer. But right away I can tell that this image looks a little darker than what I remember from Capture One. But I think that's because it's already picked up one of the presets or film simulation looks. So if I switch between those, you can see the image looks different. I've looked through several of them, and I think Velvia, Fujichrome Velvia is one of them that I kind of like for this image. As you can see, it creates sort of the same look. It's a little bit more orange here. I also found Kodachrome 64 works quite nice for this image as well. And let's have a look at something quite weird, which is this one. It's a funny image now, but it's also very dreamy, and it has its own kind of look if you want to create something like that. But let's pick up this Kodak film simulation, and I will leave most of these parameters untouched, make it a little bit more magenta, blacks. I want to open up the blacks a little bit to make the image a bit more airy and less contrasty, and perhaps the white as well, not much. And in the end, because I like to have some sort of glow in this image, I'm gonna turn on the blue. So if I turn it off and back on, you can see the difference. Let's hit OK, and Dehancer will save the image and will go back to capture one. As I said, it's like a very good starting point. So you can of course apply some more contrast and saturation if you want, and change the look just a little bit as you wish. Of course, it's not exactly the edit I have done, and that wasn't the point. The point was to create some sort of filmic look for this image, which I guess we have it now. This is another image I've shot in Vero Islands. For this image, I first edit the image with all the local adjustment and everything, and then I've sent it to Dehancer, and this is the result from Dehancer. Afterwards, actually, I did a little bit more edit here to separate the foreground and the midground here, which is this is the Dehancer result without my extra local adjustment on top of it. As you can see, I just brighten up this area quite a bit to make a little bit of separation and more contrast in area. So on the left is the original edit, and on the right is the Dehancer result. Here is another one, and this one is very interesting. I edit this one again in Capture One, and then I sent it to Dehancer, and here is the result I got. I think I have picked up one of the Kodak film looks, and what I like about that, it's actually minimize the colors in the image and make it a bit less cluttered and more simple and more pleasant to look at. The image on the left again is the original edit, and image on the right is Dehancer. As you can see, it's quite nice, and I really like what it has done to the colors. I'm a landscape photographer, I'm not a portrait photographer, but I wanted to test this on a portrait as well. So I just found this selfie of myself, and this time I didn't edit this. I only recovered some highlights, and that's it. I didn't touch this image, and now then I have sent it to Dehancer, and here is the result of Dehancer. So you can see that from this image we came to this image, which I really liked. Then I added some contrast to the image to create this final result. Let's have a look at the street photo from Budapest. I haven't done anything with it yet. So let's open this one in Dehancer and see what we can do for this photo. Again, you can see the image is a little darker because of the first look that it picked up. And let's go through some of the film looks, and I think this one is quite nice. It's very cinematic, and that's the result I'm after actually for this image. I want something more cinematic. If I go to the categories, you can find a category called motion picture, and maybe we can try different ones and see which one gives us the best cinematic look for this photo. Let's try Kodak Vision 3 for now, and we can have a look at the preview turned off and preview on to see what it does to the image. I think it's quite nice actually. Now you can also, of course, open up the blacks of the other way around, and also boost up the highlights for a bit more brightness and more contrast in the image. This time let me add some grain to the image because I want to have some filmic look. As you can see here, if I zoom in, we have a very pleasant looking grain that I really like. You can adjust the size. This one is a small image, so I'm gonna reduce the size, and you can adjust the amount. So I will reduce the amount quite a bit. and increase the resolution of the grain, something like that. With the bloom, I think that's gonna give it a little bit of softness, which I like, and just reduce the impact or opacity of the bloom effect, basically. And that's it for this photo. We came from this image to this image with just a few clicks, and I guess it's a very good result. Here is another example from Vero Island again with my original edit and the result from Dehancer, which looks quite cinematic in my opinion. So now the question is, did I like this product, if I'm gonna use it in my future production or not? The short answer is yes. I really like the plugin. I think it's very realistic. It creates a very natural looking analog film for my pictures and my videos. I had some problems running this program on my computer. The biggest problem I had with this plugin is that it's very heavy on GPU RAM. Based on your computer and the power of your machine, it might be an issue for you or not. But for me it was, because I couldn't run it in the beginning on my computer. I had to change some setups. I guess they haven't yet confirmed this plugin for Windows 11, and I am running a Windows 11 on my machine. I had some problems. So I had to contact the support team and find a solution to get it to work. The good news is that Dehancer's support team are very quick and very helpful, and they are eager to help you and find a solution for your problems if you have. We solved the problems very quickly, and in no time I could go back to editing. The next problem I had with the Dehancer, it's more of a user experience. Sometimes when I open a picture in the plugin, what I see is a little bit different from what I have worked on in Capture One, and when I save back to Capture One, again it's not exactly the same as I have seen it in Dehancer. So there is a little bit of difference between these two programs, how they show or interpret the image. And lastly, I have one specific suggestion for OFX plugin for video editing. It's not like a film plugin in photo editing that you have all the presets and categories and you can save your favorites. You have of course all the film simulations you can pick up, but there is no way you can save your settings for future projects. So if you're like me that creates videos and want to have a consistent look for all of the different projects, every time you open a project, every time you start a new project, you have to do all those settings again, and every time the result might be a little bit different. It would be nice if we could save our settings and presets for future projects. I guess that's more of a wish request for Dehancer to improve the products. Now, who's this plugin for? I think this plugin is for people who like to create some filmic look or analog look or cinematic look for the videos or pictures, without necessarily going through all the hassle of shooting on film, analog films, and developing negatives and positives, but they want a good result. And the result of the product is very, as I said many times, it's very accurate, very nice, and very believable. And for me, myself, I really like to apply this to my video work, as well as some photos. Not all photos, of course, but some photos I'm gonna use this plugin for. At least it gives me a very good starting point, and then I apply some extra adjustment on top to create the final look. So if you want to own this product and you liked it like me, go to their website or the link I will put in the description below this video and use coupon code HBPhotos to get 10% off. By using my coupon code, you also help the channel, and I really appreciate that, and of course you will save 10%. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you are not subscribed to this channel. Next time you will see me, I will be out shooting some pictures. If you are interested in learning some techniques in photo editing, please watch some of my videos here. Until next video, have a great time and bye.